Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome. Pile on in, baby. We're going to go over the top 5 meme coins. We're going to break down Bitcoin bumping to the upside of this Saturday night. We're going to show you exactly the prediction we made this morning, where we stand, and I'm going to show you a live trade as well. All on MEXC Global, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in, and appreciate you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's get it going. Yeah. Boom. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. I put the lemon into the water. That's what I do. That's what I does. And I have a big sip of it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And let's run that music back. My man, Mikey, in the studio. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And yes, you know what's cool about today is I went to a first communion today. Right? And it was my good friend. He invited me, so I just went to pay respects. And they donated the flowers from my dad's wake, and they were there on the altar. And it was just kind of special to my dad passed, Monday night. We had the wake Friday. And to see those flowers there during the first communion was kind of like my dad's way of still giving back. Somehow he was still able, through his death, he was able to provide those flowers. And not the greatest story in the world, but I'm making the best of the motions in the ocean. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate you all more than you would ever know. And we're a family, and we provide gains every single day. That's what it's all about. It's about changing your life financially by learning the tips, tricks, and things that I've picked up over the years of trading for 15 years of my life. I'm now 40 years old. Started when I was 25. I'll never forget it. It started even earlier than that when I believed I could change my life and anything could happen. Money pouring into crypto, you can see. Bitcoin getting eaten up alive. I think the insiders know another bank is on the way down the tubes. And we're going to break that down. We're going to talk about it. First thing we're going to do is break down BTC. All right? BTC. Now, if you were on my live stream earlier today, I made a prediction. I basically make a prediction every single day for Bitcoin. And I said, there's a rising wedge of the 1 hour. But I said the 4 hour wants to dump. And this, there was a falling wedge. I said we could watch this falling wedge. There's a chance it breaks up. If it did, there was your measured move, right? To about 30,470. But it was more likely we're coming to the downside. And then I always make a prediction, and my prediction is the green box. That's why no one can say, hey, you said it was going up, because people always used to do that to me. And so now I'm like, no. I made a green box, and I said, I believe price action will be in this green box when we show up back tonight. And what happened? Look at it. It's in my green box. It's right there. I also drew this line in a circle, and I believe that's where we were going to go. And we did. We fell back. We got a bounce up. I bought into this wick on my long here, and I'll show you my long. Where are you, baby? Where are you, baby? Hold on one second. I got like 100 windows open all the time. I'll just use this one here. Futures, perpetual. And I trade perpetual futures. I don't know what you do, but that's how I do it. I don't do the margins over here. No margin calls over here. No margins, right? And so there we are. We're up about 15% on the move. And I've been just using small amounts to perfect my way to trade leverage until I'm extremely comfortable. And even then, I just make so much more money knowing what coin to be in and piling in on spot. I've just been doing it for a long time. I'm a spot master, and I find the coins. I'm telling you right now, I find the coins that are hot. I know which coins to be in before it's too late, and it happens to me all the time. So just something to think about. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. And it's just a blessing to be alive with each and every one of you. Just had a huge steak dinner with my family. Ribeyes were insane, and I ate like one of the biggest steaks you've ever seen. So shout out to everybody, and awesome. GPT3L people looking at. So look, what am I looking at here? This is Bob for Wrapped ETH. And Bob's been hot, all right? When someone first asked us about it, we put it in this flag, and this flag would rip to the upside. You can see it ripped nicely to the upside here, and it's up from that flag, up about 642%. It would retrace, so we'll show you the retracement here. It would retrace back down to this area here, kind of a previous resistance support link zone, but it's still up 400% gains, but it did lose 200. So Bob could be the next big coin. The market cap's not that big, right? I'm just saying. I'm not shilling it. You know, I bought like $500 worth. It could go to absolute zero. Whenever I get into these coins, I dip my toe in first. I dip my toe and I see kind of how hot the water is, how cold the water is. I see what's going on, and then I make my move depending. We're also going to talk about our favorite coin, Pepe, and does it have a bigger move coming? What is brewing here? BOB, which is Bob, right? And it has a funny little face, right? And it's up, you can see, 17% after the reset, but today it was up even more. Market cap is $94 million, so that's not that big. Remember we could 10x this puppy to $1 billion. It's insane how much money can flow into Bob, all right? And about Bob, everyone loves Bob. Elon loves Bob. I mean, let's be real. Who doesn't like Bob, right? The future of meme coins. Take over the space with Bob. We'll take over the meme space by surprise with stealth launched and locked for about 690 months, 57 years with a renounced contract. Bob's knowledge will blow away even the most prominent scholars. It's a useless coin with no, with nothing going on with it. But you can see 11 million in volume here on MEXC Global today. That's a big deal considering it only has a $93 million market cap. So just things to think about. I threw some money in Bob. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do here be taken as financial advice. And let's look at Pepe here on the futures and the inside to see what's going on in the liquidity zone. So we try to get up. There's still a huge buy down here at 25, but we bounce. And I'm going to show you the bounce. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to break down Bitcoin for you. We see what's happening here on Bitcoin's Bookmap. What is this? This is a heat map. It's basically like an infrared, camera showing you where the heat is, where the people are. When there's a lot of people in orders, it's going to be darker red. When there's less orders, it's going to be a lighter color. You also have cumulative volume delta, which shows you kind of how many people are buying and selling. That's all it is. Cumulative volume, the volume in which way, and the delta just means compiled together. It's a fancy way of people trying to look smart. Cumulative volume delta, right? Oh my God, that guy is just one of the smartest traders I've ever seen. He said CVD. So anyway, take a look at here, 28,810, all right? And it does say we could scoop down into this bigger liquidity at 28,800, but it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, for Bitcoin to get a bit of a move. And I'm going to show you why I made the trade, what I was looking at, and kind of what's going on. Also, I set some limit orders for Pepe, but I also bought back in just in case it didn't come back to that zone to begin to build a bit of a bag for Pepe. If you were on Wendy O's channel with me, all right, which I'm going to find right now, takes me a second here. If you're on Wendy's O channel with me, I sold all of my Pepe live on the show, and you're back, why did he do that? What was he doing? What was he thinking? How did he know? Right? And so if you watched me here and you were watching my TA, which is cool because you can see my TA all around the internet, I drew this fib, I drew this, and I said we're going to come back down to the 618, which is also a previous resistance of support and resistance. And that's why I said, you know what? I'm gonna sell all this. It's gonna likely come back to the downside here. And that's just something I'm thinking about. So interesting enough, that's exactly what happened. If we look at Pepe here and we go back in time, and you can see, and this is why people love my trading school and love my trading style, because it's not a fancy bunch of indicators all over the place. It's a very simple thing. You can use all these free indicators, add them to your charts. It's not that, because TradingView is expensive enough. I want to take away all the fees for you and make it as least painless as possible to get started trading. And this is what I'm after. This is what I'm going for. And I'm telling you, even if you do add under indicators, at the end of the day, you have to master your fib. You have to master support and resistance. You have to master your patterns. You have to master moving averages and the VRVP. It all comes together. The better you off at doing it manually, the better off you'll be. I went all the way with the cufflinks today. Went in because I had them on earlier today. I said, why not go with the cufflinks yet again? All right. This really long story about this suit and this shirt. This suit and shirt are a long time coming. I have the sport jacket. Should I go put on the sport jacket, or do you want to see me in the vest? You guys let me know. If you want the sport jacket, we'll get it on. It all depends on you. You guys control the show. It's up to you. It's up to what each and every one of you want. I love to do different things for you guys and girls out there. And let me get this over to the group in case people forget that Sammy just might not be live. But you know what? Sammy's always live on Saturday night at 8 p.m. No matter what's happening. And I'm feeling so much better about the passing of my dad. It is a little easier than it was today. I mean, some days are easier. Other days I'm sure are going to be harder. I'm sure there's going to be days. But honestly, my dad was getting old, man. And he told me, hey, You know, a couple times he looked me dead in the face and said, you know, I'm dying, right? And this was just a month or two ago. And when I go to bed at night, I could hear him breathing, and the breathing just did not sound good. I'll be honest with you. I kept telling my wife, I said, you know, I'm going to brace myself in case I get a phone call any day now that my dad didn't make it through the night. And I was also positive. You know, I hoped he lasted another 5 to 6 years, but I could feel something brewing. We're getting a short squeeze the second I show up on the live, which is pretty interesting. Getting a bit of a buy up to the upside here. And you know, I can't pump the price of Bitcoin. I don't have that much money. My friends don't have that much money. It's technical analysis that plays out here almost every single time. We're going to keep looking at BOOKMAP. The liquidity is low on a Saturday, but look, they do want to take us down to 28,000 and 28,200. They have these massive buy wall right here. 13 Bitcoin, two $1,300 Bitcoin orders, or you know, cumulative orders of 1,300. That's 26 and 600 on top of that. I mean, you're looking at 3,200 Bitcoins want to be bought in this area, right? So to pay, we could definitely get crushed down to that area, okay? And I like to chip away on my futures, just like to chip away. You chip away, you chip away. Chip a wee, chip a wow, chip a wum, right? And so if you can see, just to show you, I like to be super, super transparent. If you look at Pepe right here and we take a look, okay? Pepe, move this forward, boom. I now own about $1,000 worth of Pepe already. That's insane. How did I do it? I don't know, but I do. I own about a G of Pepe already back into Pepe because it may be hot potatoes, baby. It may be hot potatoes. I also have some limit orders here down at 20, right? 22,376 and 21,500. We're going to talk about why they may or may not hit, and we're going to break it down. But see, I had this drawn on Wendy O's channel, right? You can see it. Like the guy was doing it right there. And I sold the top during this live. I said, I've just sold on my Pepe. And it could have kept ripping, and I could have looked like a fool. But I was honest. And when you're honest, you play by the rule. You know, it's like roulette, man. Live by the honesty, die by the honesty. But I showed you how I... Think about it. I could have been a laughingstock of YouTube. People would be like, look at that guy. He sold Pepe, and it kept moving. I knew that the odds were in my favor, that once I said that, we were going to retrace down to the 618 Fibonacci level. And if you go back in time, this is what we're looking at. And we could even just press play and kind of show you what happened here. We went right to where I said, and then we wicked off of that to the upside. Does that mean we're definitely going to fly? I don't know, but there's some 1, 2, 3 wicks there. It's a lot of buy pressure, but there was some buy pressure there too. It does not mean we're not going to go lower, but I do see a beginning stages. Also, something that I really like to trade is swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. You can even go from there. You can go from these two, as many different areas as you want, really, at the end of the day, as long as this doesn't come in junction with that. I personally like this idea. That's what I've been going after for a while. And I mean, that's hidden bullish divergence right there. Tells you that the trend will continue to the upside. I'd be very surprised if Pepe doesn't continue and make a new high here. And then you're back, well, where are we going, Sam? How do you know where we're going? It's simple. It's the length of the pole. This stuff is simple. I keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. My mom used to say kiss, right? And I don't want to call anyone stupid. It's just an old saying that they said in the 70s and the 80s. My mom said to me just the other day, she said, keep it simple, Sam. Keep it simple, silly. You know, you could say keep it simple, silly. That's a little better than calling someone stupid, because I don't want to call that. That's just, I'm just going over what they said. You know what I mean? Hey, I get no respect over here, huh? You know, when I was young, the kidnappers took me away from my parents, and they said, hey, pay us the money, we're bringing them back. You know, I was born, hey, I get no respect over here, you know? When I was born, the doctor said, we tried everything we could. They said to my mother, they said, you know, we tried everything we could, but he still pulled through. Hey. My wife the other day, she said, how come you don't take me out any place I've never been before? I said, you know what? I flipped on the light. I said, hey, let me take you to the kitchen. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And if you stay late and you want the live stream again on this fun Saturday night, I'll give you a few more of those. You have commercials now on the live. I don't know. What up to you? Sammy feeling himself and loving the vibes, man. I'm looking 55 on Pepe. Take profit set at 54. Rodney Dangerfield was hilarious. He was the man, dude. Let's go. Shout out to Kevin Baker. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You have no idea how much it means to me that you were kicking it with the lifer. The lifer. He's the lifer over here. The life of the party. Get it? Oh, bada bing, bada boom over here. Glad to be here, man. Looking good, Sammy. Shout out to Kevin Baker. Shout out to Professor Alucard. And also anyone, if you're watching, I want to teach you. If you use Brave browser, sign up for Brave, link into my description below. And if you do that and you put a shield up, you will never see an ad on YouTube again. So it's on you if you're watching an ad, because you're not using the Brave browser. And if you're not using the Brave browser, I just don't know what to tell you. All right? I just don't know what to tell you. I really don't. So do whatever makes you happy. You know what I mean? It's all good gravy train. But, you know, So just one thing I got to put out there, right? Okay. All right. So here's the deal. I've got an open position here on PEP. All right. On PEP. On Bitcoin here. It's up 13.33%. Of course, the 333, as you can see, every time I touch something, it turns to the 333. I don't know why, you tell me. So we're nailing Pepe right now. I did buy back in. And honestly, where my target is, my target sits here at about 64. He said 54. That would be the next resistance area. We got 45. But I'm just telling you, I just play the length of that previous pull to the upside. And that tells me that we can get a massive gain here of about 150%. And our target would be, I'll put a price note on that so you can see it. Our target would be 64.64. That's pretty interesting that it hit 64.64. I mean, what are the odds of that? I could have bought it any other way. And it could have been like right there, right here, right? But no, we're going to undo that. 64.64 is coming. Now, we could double top here too. Remember that? And may not be able to get above this resistance. If we don't, and we start to see a slump off, that could be a fall, something bringing us down. The Stokes will tell us when we're high. The MACD will also kind of show us signs that there's a bit trouble brewing in the game. Remember, send in your TA in deep dive. If you want a TA or go over anything, send in your super chats. Can we look at the next big dog, Jupiter? Can we look at the next big dog, Jupiter? The next big dog is Jupiter, or is it called Big Dog Jupiter? See, I never know. And there's Bob just doing damage. I also jumped into Bob to see, Bob may never do anything, right? I think you want Jupiter itself, I'm guessing, right? I thought something happened to Jupe, like it was on Coinbase, but then people said they had issues. I don't know. I'm just reliving something here. Keep switching on me at the last second, that's why. Okay, so Jupiter. Let's take a look at this puppy. Jupiter down 4.9%, only $9 million market cap. Very, very small. But this thing's been around a lot. Jump.io, right? The People's Blockchain, the Jupiter project aims to make blockchain accessible and safe for everyone. Jupiter's military-grade encryption helps ensure that the user data is private and secure. Through our elite encryption capabilities, Jupiter can power secured apps on public and private networks based on our clients' wishes. And they have the Metis Messenger, which is awesome. And I've been into this, and they have a real use case. This thing's been around now for over a year. I remember I've gone over this many times back in the day. Our baby Jupe. So here's Pepe. We waited for it to come to the 618. It may go lower into the golden pocket and may trip out a little bit. You never know. But the Stokes are ready to go. We have hidden bullish divergence, lack of bearish momentum, falling volume, and falling price, suggesting that there could be a massive reversal for Pepe. And it may be time. It may just be time. You never know, though. Only time will tell if it's time. Shout out to you all, beautiful souls on the live. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. Stay motivated. Stay happy. Remember, you only have one life to live. Like, today could be my last day. And even though my dad passed, today could be my last day. So I'm not going to spend my day crying over my dad. I love my dad. And he's still in my heart. He didn't go anywhere. I believe in God so fully and thoroughly that I truly believe God, that my dad is in another realm doing something cool. You know what I mean? And he flew off this earth into the next realm. Didn't have to hold down the weight of that body that hurt him. His back, he had 5 slip discs in his back that he refused to get operated on. He was in massive amounts of pain, honestly. That stressed him out enough, honestly. And they tested it hard. His heart was fine in August, but you never know. Things could change when you're old. Next thing you know, he had a massive cardiac arrest. He was flown from the hospital, from an island. He was on a little island. They flew him from the island all the way to into Massachusetts, downtown Boston, which is one of the greatest medical cities in the world. And he got flown to Brigham and Women's, where I was actually born, where my daughters were born. One of my daughters. One other daughter was born in Flushing Hospital, Queens. But the other is this, and Jimmy is a legend. Fly high, Mr. Jimmy. We love you. Shout out to Kevin Baker. God bless you, man. Shout out to Emilio Cruz. Emilio, it's been a while, man. Shiba will move soon, he says. Shout out to Love Learning in the house. Shout out to all the moderators that are kicking it with me on a Saturday night. Stack McChange holding us down. A girl phoned me the other day and said, come on over. There's nobody home. I went over. Nobody was home. He's like, I used to be so ugly, I went to orgies just to eat the grapes. Oh, man. Excuse me, I shouldn't say that word on the live stream. I'm just, I like to laugh. I may break some of my rules just to make a laugh here and there. You know what I mean? But anyway, I appreciate now it's not kid-friendly. But here's the deal. Pepe going all the way up to 154% gains, possibly out of this falling wedge to the upside. Again, it could continue to trip down. We could see this as a shoulder ahead. We might make a right shoulder here, and that may dump. I'll keep you privy to what I'm seeing. as we continue to move. If Bitcoin takes a tank, it will probably take Pepe down, but the fact that Bitcoin's doing pretty good is interesting. So we showed you could be a bearish retest here. Let's find out if there was one on a smaller time frame. I mean, slight right there. It kind of fell down, but, then you just kind of made a falling wedge. This is a bear flag. When the bear flag just looks, and you take the length of that previous pole, swing it down, and it continued to dump. If you're also watching Pepe in my trading group, I was nice enough to look at it on the 15-minute for everybody, and this morning I was saying, hey, don't you see the head and shoulder pattern? And someone was like, I'm in a long. It looks great. Someone in my trading group was like, long this way. They said long it if it does this. So they were just giving us parameters. So pretty awesome. But I was like, I was like pretty spot on. I was like, I wouldn't long this. It's going to dump on a head and shoulder pattern. And if you're in my trading group, you would have seen this head and shoulder. You would have been able to short. A bunch of people did. They made a good little cash in, And you'd be like, no, you didn't, Lifer. You're full of it. And it's like, that's why it's timestamped without being edited. And it's right here. I gave you the perfect short on that right shoulder, and it dumped to the downside. And when did I first put that out? There's 520. I'm also giving liquidity on Pepe, which is amazing. I'm showing you exactly what I'm getting into, why I'm getting into it. But here I am. I desire the 618, I said, at 1:57 p.m. I wanted to be right down there. I wanted it, I desired to make it happen. And honestly, I saw the TA. Shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And that's where we ended up, too. So you would have been able to short the market today on beautiful technical analysis that I was able to point out and show you. You would have been able to long Bitcoin at the right time, and you would have been able to short Bitcoin, too, because I called that Bitcoin was likely to come down here. Then I said it would probably give a bounce, and we would end up in my green box. Pretty uncanny that we are sitting. The green box is long. I'll make it a little smaller next time, but it's in the green box. I shouldn't even say the green box. Like, I expect the price to come back up and be somewhere above 28,800, right, area. It doesn't have to be substantially above, but that's just something that I saw happening for Bitcoin. So I just want to point that out, break it down for each and every one of you. And so a lot happened today, even in the trading group on a Saturday. There's money to be made. You are the opportunity. If you believe, you're the opportunity. If you're not, then you're not. Then you're just, someone who thinks there's something may happen and decides that it probably isn't going to. So you got to believe in yourself, and you got to make things happen by believing in them. That's how we do here. That's how it gets done. All right. You can see up 13.7%, lower liquidity, and to make 13% on $150 and pull in 20. If you do that 5 times a day, there's another. You've almost doubled the account. Slowly but surely, taking a little bit and a little bit. And you can see my liquidation price is $27,664. We could go there. All right. You never know. So let's break it down. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's see what we're seeing for the big old guy. 10% for the big guy over here. So anyway, we take a look here. And we see that this came all the way back down to the downside. Then I have my circled area. I can't tell you exactly where it's going to go, but it was very likely that it ending up here at the bottom of this channel, because price action loves to respect the channel that it's in. This is the bigger idea here. We're going to bounce to the upside on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour had to reset. All right, so as it came back down, we were going to lose a little, but it didn't lose the trend, which is really nice. We stay above this trend. We're going to coil up and get tighter and tighter in the zone. I'm going to delete my work from earlier today, not for any other reason, but rising wedges break down 68% of the time. I'll be surprised if we don't get down to about 28,000, even maybe 28,077. All right. But that's how we were able to figure out what was happening for Bitcoin today. It was very simple. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. You had a 68% chance of being right. All right. That's why people look at me like I'm a magician. And I'm like, no, I'm just disciplined. And I can hit the same things over and over again, and it makes me look like the greatest trader on earth. But what it really is I'm just staying consistent. I don't take a day off. Like, I was tired today. I hung out with the kids. I took them for a walk. It was sunny out. Got some of my most sun. I ate a bunch of steak. And, my whole family's here. I was going to mail it in. And I said, no, I can't. I just can't do it. I can't. I'm unallowed to do it. I don't even like using the word can't, even when it's in a positive way. But I'm unallowed to take a day off, man. For my own mental structure, I have to keep pushing every single day. It's for me. Everyone's like, Lifer, take a day off, man. You'd be fine. Nah, and let the competition eat me alive. Nah, but there is no competition. It's only creativity. But I'm pushing for something great for each and every one of you, and I don't want to miss a day. We could miss one of the greatest trades ever on the day that I take off, and I could work 364 days, and then I could take a day off and miss one of the best. I was talking to someone today, and I was like, my job is demanding because. Now, I didn't mention the Pepe trade, but in my mind, I was thinking about it. I was like, my job's demanding. I was like, I'll nurse a trade for 1, 2, 3 weeks. And the time to take profit could be any day, and I don't know when that day is. And if I take a day off, I miss that opportunity that I've been planning and scoping out for such a long time. And that hurts. And I don't allow that to happen to me. So I realized to be a real awesome trader, you had to go full-time. You had to go full-time. You had to go full-time. It's just how it is. All right. Shout out to the 447 people in the live, 182 likes. May we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. My dad's looking down on you now. I'm just saying. He might be in the room over there. No, but my dad is looking down on us, so he would love you if you hit the like button. I just have to bring that up. And it is what it is, you know. Hey. Shout out to anyone using their Oregon energy, clearing the skies as they're putting stuff all over us. But the Oregon energy will clear those skies. I've seen it happen, and I believe in it. These terminated crystals have a powerful effect on the game. All right. Shout out to the NOK, man. Thank you so much. 1,000 NOK. RLP Jimmy. Yeah. Wow, that's $100 super chat right there. Isha Capital. RIP old Jimmy. Your daddy be so proud, man. Thank you for everything, Sam. Just a little appreciation. Had so many nights along with you. Thanks for reminding me of the lemon water and spreading them vibes. You're the greatest, Mr. Price. Pay it forward. God bless you and yours, man. God bless you. And that's $100 because we got an $11 super chat or something like that. $111 maybe even. Man, God bless you, man, for throwing down on the channel. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. $100, man. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here. And today, it just feels right. The stream just feels good today. Things feel good. So, look, it looks like they want to drag us back down to 28,200 for sure. We're at 28.8. I'm going to just close that trade and chip away, in my humble opinion. Oh, one thing I want to talk about is that we do have a trading competition here for MEXC people, for Turbo, Haha, and USDT. Also, we have our own little trading competition here with the Crypto Lifers. So, and let me show you that. And I love MEXC. Why do I like MEXC? The other day, I was going to, and I tell the story, and people are probably sick of it, but it's a true story. I'm going to drain my account because I wanted to get rid of a bank account. I was like, too many. Let's get out of the banking system and get back into what makes it happen, right? And so I bought like $5,000 worth of Bitcoin on Binance US. Now, the old me made me realize I should have sold USD to US Tether and then made Tether trade on there, and it would have been not as bad. But I forgot, you know what I mean? Me not having been on Binance US for so long and always trading KuCoin and MEXC Global. And what I did is I just made the buy with the USD. What it did is they scoped the price up. It was like 28,003. They scoped the price up to like 28,005 or 7 even. Might even been a 300 difference on the slippage. And then they charged me like, I think about $100 to make the buy. It was horrible. I ended up overspending for $400. And had I just sent the Tether to MEXC Global, it would have been absolutely free. So trade to win, 2,500 USDT, exclusive campaign for Crypto Lifer. All right, so here's the deal. There's 5 different things that can happen, okay? And the 5 different people will be getting 500 bones, which is pretty awesome, right? As of May 1st, 11:59, we can see who's in the leader group. If I sign into this, you'll be able to see. Note the leaderboard will be updated daily based on the previous day's futures volume. So they're going to update this as it starts. Super excited to see who's in the lead. And you can kind of like, can I get ahead of this guy? What's going on? So, and look at this. We have 200. So you have to deposit up to $200 or more, greater or more value of $200. And then you have to be able to trade up to 40,000 USDT. And the top 5 accounts marked by P&L ratio will receive 500 USDT rewards each. Pretty awesome. The prizes will be airdropped in the MEXC account and the winners in terms of USDT in 5 business days. Trade now and win big with the Crypto Lifer. So they're giving back to us because we've given so much to them. It's a really nice thing to do. They are one of the most sharing exchanges in the world. I hope they stay solvent and stay clean for the next 5 to 10 years. Again, I only keep about 20 to 30K on exchanges because you never know. All right. But if that starts to bubble up, I will keep a little more depending. But I'm always keen to buy a little more Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin off to a hardware wallet, or, also even send Tether off to a hardware wallet and just maintain, and then when I want to put in, I could even send 50 grand in, make a few trades, pull it back out again. So just something to think about, you know what I mean? Always take precautions. Like when I'm trading KuCoin too, which is one of our other favorite exchanges, they have a trading account and a main account. I like to move that money from the trading account over to the main account because the main account's the only thing connected to the API. And, sometimes it's like, hey, I'd rather not, right? Shout out to the PS5, Future of Gaming, my man. Thank you for everything you do in the 99. Gave me a place to move forward, and I will never forget this moment. And I will give my best. You better give your best every single day because you owe it to yourself. All right? You owe it to yourself. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. God bless you for jumping on in. Thank you. And is that cheese? Is that cheese? Not your keys, not your cheese? Got to be at least 100 to be a red super chat. Yeah. Like, how did it get to 100? Yeah. And those are New Orleans kroners. No, I'm just joking around. What's 1,000 NOKs, right? Norwegian krone. It is a Norwegian krone, though. God bless you. And he gave the 1,011. He went all the way in, right? There you can see it's $105.11. God bless you, man, for jumping on in. It may have been $11.61. I don't know. There might have been another super chat in there that I have missed. Wow. Unbelievable. So Bitcoin ended up where I basically predicted it would end up, inside the green box. And we started up here today. Why? Because rising wedges break down 68% of the time. And that was a rising wedge. You were also at a previous resistance. One thing I do want to show you that could, freak us out a little bit is this an M pattern? Does the M want to drop us down to the downside and make just some type of small pullback here just to get people enhanced and just wanted to jump on in? Remember, let's go over the backstory for Bitcoin right now before we get back into this idea. We're going to go over the backstory for Bitcoin because you got to understand the story, right? To be able to read the charts, you have to understand the story. It has to be kind of clear as day what's happening, what's going on, right? So there's Binance, there's BUSD, and I'll go to Binance. I like Binance US, right? Just because that's where I was buying it the other day. So here is the story, Morning Glory. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it on the daily time frame too as well. So Bitcoin was dumping, and everyone said it's going lower, it's going lower, it's going lower. We finally got to this bottom here, and I knew that it was highly likely going to be a bit of a bottom. Why? Because I studied divergences, and I brought this up on my channel many, many times. But you can go through Bitcoin's history, right? And look, swing down to swing down here, and then swing up to swing up on the RSI tells me that that is a major bullish divergence. And you go through Bitcoin's whole history on the BTC. Actually, I should use BTC USD all-time history index, right? And if you look at Bitcoin's whole history, like in a nutshell, all right, in a complete shell, what kind of shell and what kind of nut in this? And look at this trade. I mean, this trade barely, maybe it got stopped up barely, but we were up already when it first began there. When it hit resistance, see, it came up. That wick too was a good place to probably scalp out on the long. But here's the deal. Let's show you this idea for Bitcoin. Show like the 12-hour time frame, the 22, even the daily. And so I saw, oh yeah, go to the weekly really even, because the weekly is just substantial. So I saw bullish divergence on the weekly chart, swing down and swing down. Another reason why I got into Pepe, so stay tuned. I want to show you something that you may not know that my crazy analyst brain already saw and really kind of positioned me properly throughout the week. And I could give you this education. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice, but I can give you education that could fire your boss. You know what I mean? And it could get you onto a whole nother wavelength that you never even thought possible. I remember my life now. I look back on my life. I cannot believe the things that I do now that I never got to do before based on hard work, discipline, and it's all about those 4 Ds that I talk about, right? First, you have the desire to change your life. Then you have the dedication to keep doing it no matter what happens. Then you have the discipline to do it even when you're not feeling well and things just aren't going well. I used to stream some days and there'll be 3 people there, 10 people there, 40 people. Then I had 40 people. The next day there would be 20. And I'd be like, how come no one's staying? Like, what's going on? And my wife is like, just keep doing what you're doing. You love it. And eventually, if you love something that much, it'll pay you. It'll pay you. Whatever you love the most will pay you over time. So look, swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. Who's here seen me talk about this idea here before on the live? Who's is like, this is like a broken record, Sammy. We know you talk about the bullish divergence on the weekly. Who here likes to get it reiterated? Who here is like, you know what? I've heard it before, but I want to continue to hear it over and over again. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Answer it. I remember, Sammy. Shout out to Timblevin. Timblevin? Tim Oblivion. I love that. Tim Oblivion. I've been here. I do. You called it. Kevin Baker. Well, we haven't called it yet. Anything could happen. But right now, that's hidden bullish divergence in the weekly. And we can go back to Bitcoin's all-time life cycle in its life, right? And there's a swing down. While that swings down, they are not a divergence there at all. This swings up while that swings up, right? That swings down while that kind of started to get flat. And like you could say that was kind of slightly a hidden bullish right there. But the mother should have been pointing to the downside, like the right side of this, like the father and the mother of this idea. That should have been pointing further down. Okay. I've been here. You called it. You're the man, Sammy. Shout out to Kevin Baker. So that's it on the comments. That's all we got. I want to see how many people have heard this concept. Who's new on the channel, never saw me before, ever. Positive affirmations, man. God bless you. Mike McCarthy. Thank you for coming on. And Mike McCarthy. I met a bunch of Mike McCarthys in my life. Really good people. All 5 of them. Move up today. Black Swan, my man. I don't know, man. Call Black Swan, man. Be careful. So here's the deal. I never really found a bullish divergence that hard. I found a hidden bullish right here, which swung up. While this swung flatter to the sideways. That's hidden bullish. Tells you the trend will continue to the upside. And boy, did it ever. All right. So any other bullish divergences that I may be missing, right there, it's kind of flat, and that one jettisons up a little bit. But as you can see, even all the way back for Bitcoin in 2015, when nobody was even talking about it, you can see this is swinging down. This was kind of beginning a slight divergence. We call this a class C. When that's a sharp swing down, but this is like a downtrend, but it's not half as sharp as that one. Tells you that something's brewing there to the upside. AIDA long-term TA, JUP, TA with the RSI, please. Shout out to Lifer Friend in the house. Lifer Friend. Yeah. Sorry, had to do it. But yeah, there's my Lifer Friend, man. Shout out to Lifer Friend in the gang. And isn't that crazy how Pepe just... You love Pepe more than anyone ever met. You love Pepe. You probably got me into Pepe, really. Your emoji, your like profile was always a Pepe. You were Pepeing up before anyone even was really hardcore Pepeing. And you did it, man. You did it. Shout out to you being here on the live. Shout out to you kicking it with each and every one of us. You're a blessing, man. I consider you a lifer for life, and you've helped a lot of people out. You showed you have the gall to go out there every single day, and that's what changes between someone that just wants to do something and someone that's passionate to do something. Wanting to do something is one thing, but having the passion to do it means you don't even need that want. The desire is so strong, you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done. And look at this nice pump for Bitcoin to the upside. My future trade is booming. All right, 28,890 now. Now we're up a nice $32, 21% gains. Bang, bang, badang, right? And join MEXC today. Hit the referral code. Jump on in. I would love to see you there. Join MEXC. I'm always afraid there's going to be like, Mr. Beast trending right now too. Pepe just back in the game with 2.7 million tweets. Pepe back in the game. And they don't want to stop. But now it's on all the exchanges. Everyone can access it. Everyone can access Pepe better. You didn't have to know how to use a decentralized wallet. But honestly, I kept telling everyone, that it's all good no matter what, right? And it's all about those wicks, man. I love using wicks to get in. And we have this also, I just love that we have this cool little like competition campaign thing going on. I think it's fun. It's exciting. It's my first. We've done some other things in the past, but not like that. Like this is really, really, really cool. So jump on into MEXC today. It'll blow your mind. And that's how you're going to be able to follow the calls of what's going on. Like if you didn't know MEXC, you would have been scrambling to get Pepe, and you didn't need to be doing that. You did not need to be doing it. It was already there for you. You guys are all amazing. Shout out to Kevin Baker. Pepe, the next Robin Hood. Oh, shucks, friends. You're all so awesome. Thank you. Doge lives on Jupiter with his friends. He might just do that. Shout out to Caleb Shockley in the house. God bless you, Caleb Shockley. Almost like Hockley. Anyone ever say you? No, I'm not going to do that. Anyway. Wow. So many craze live in spaces now. I like that they've changed the game. They didn't have that before. Live in spaces. Pretty interesting. All right. So here's the deal. Cardano right there, Mr. Beast, and Pepe. Cardano also, I was looking at a Cardano meme coin today, all right, called SNEK. I really was. Soil SNEK or whatever. I think, SNEK AIDA, right? And it's up 121%. It was up 70% when I first looked at it. This thing is now mooning. And how do we find that? On Dex Screener, all right? And I'm looking at Bob, too. I entered this coin called BOB, Bob. It really might just make more bacon on the beach. We will see from here, but you never know, all right? So that's BOB here. And I got to get out of here. Yeah, there we go. Go to search here, and we're going to type in that contract address that I just gave you. Alien bet. No. No. Let's take a look. Let's go back. It's a SNEKy 27. And they may not have Cardano here, right? No. Yeah, they're doing alien bet claim now. Alien bet's interesting, but, Cake is free falling. I know. What's up with Cake? Why is Cake just going all the way back to zero? We're going to talk about that at another time. Bitcoin holding 29K. I like this pump. I like what we're doing here. It makes me want to close this trade up 21% now, $33 on 152. I mean, you can't beat that. If I keep chipping away at that, it's a blessing. So what do? Is I add a stop loss right below price action. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have to go to a small time frame. But you have to be quick at this. You have to be fast. You're going to lose some gains immediately if you're not fast. So here's the deal. We're going to run into Bitcoin, but I'm just showing you how this bullish divergence is very rare on the weekly. That's just one. That was the main point, the crux that I was breaking down. And there's all this other things, but you never see it blatantly this obvious. So to me, it really says that Bitcoin has bottomed here. I'm 99% sure that Bitcoin has bottomed here based on this, but anything is possible. I want to bring that up, but anything is possible. I'll see a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. I also keep talking about the 3-day. Headed to that 200 SMA. It's only a matter of time till the 3-day chart hits this 200 SMA, this yellow line, and it's about to happen. When it finally gets above it, people are going to be like, wow, this guy, they thought I was wrong when we took the pullback, but I stayed strong with my idea. Once we get above it, that's when fireworks happen. You get above the 3-day here, pump, boom. You got above the 3-day here, huge pump, boom. You get above the 3-day here, huge pump after you dip below it. This is substantial when you get back above this yellow line on the 3-day chart. I'm telling you right now, for this asset and for this thing can boom, all right? Bilba got something for ye. Shout out to GF Berkman. Shout out to everybody in the live. Jupe reminds me of the scene in the movie Interstellar where they land on the planet and the wave stars be seen in the distance. The wave starts to be seen in the distance, but in a good way. Dude, I just saw Contact. Like, I saw it years ago, but I rewatched it again for the first time like about a month ago. What an amazing movie. And it reminds me of Interstellar. They both have Matthew McConaughey in it, and that's interesting. See, it's all about the universe, see? You got to get on in. You got to hold on in. It doesn't matter, see? I'm going to work on my Matthew, but it's going to get better each time I do it. You're going to love it. I drive a Lincoln Cadillacs. I love my Cadillacs. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to go to bed. So, everyone, we love you. Shout out to Jebatron. Seb is the man. No, you're the man. God bless you for jumping on in and being awesome, sawsome, rock'em. You know what I mean? Awesome, sawsome, rockin'. $136 in chat revenue, 257 likes on the live stream, 461 people here. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it grooving. So the 3-day chart suggests we're in a flag and we are going to pump to the upside like you wouldn't believe. Bitcoin 3-day says, yes, please take me all the way to the cheese. $41,826. And this trade could continue. The one that I'm in, this thing could absolutely rip. Could be one of the bigger trades that I'm working on. I had heard you do Christopher Walken. I bet you would do a real good Chris. Let me tell you something. Hey, let me tell you something over here. No, I got to work on Christopher. I got to hear it. And once I hear it, I can then do it. You know what I mean? I got to hear it, and then I could do it. What I could do is I could find a Christopher Walken scene right now and just play it for a second. I may have to mute it. So look. What you don't realize. Funny. Here, I found one real quick. Just give me 1 second. You guys are gonna be like, people are like, ah. Just give me 1 second though. It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. Oh yeah, even I can't hear it when I do that. I just realized. Dang. Well, I'll do it one day. But I have to listen to it off camera first, because, you know what I mean? Actually, you know what? I can mute it here. Hold on 1 second. So, come on. He talks in pieces. What do you mean? Now, I got to figure out. I got to do way better, though. That's not good enough. I'll do way better. Question, MEXC doesn't. Man, people always say this, man. You got to figure it out on your own. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You got to figure it out on your own. If you can't, you're just not a crypto lifer, man. I love y'all. This game is not to be spoon-fed to people. If you have to be spoon-fed, we can't help you. All right? We can't help you. You got to help yourself. You got to figure it out. If you can't figure it out, it's just up to you. We can't spell it out for you here on the live stream, though. Just something you're going to have to know. I never say no to myself. There's always a way. If you can't figure that out, I don't know what to tell you. I can't spoon feed you. All right? It's like if you want to walk in the deep night of New York City with me, you got to be able to hold your own. I can't hold your hand, baby. I can't hold your hand. All right? If you know who I'm talking to, I hope you know what I'm saying. And reach out to someone in the trading group. Maybe they'll DM you and they'll help you out if you have some problems, right? Yeah, exactly. Just listen to what that dude just wrote, and maybe you can figure it out on your own. You know what I mean? So there you go. Dude, I can't. No, I'm sorry. I'm being rude now, but it's just funny to me, right? When people get all stuck and caught up, right? So this should be going up even more now. Yeah, $49 now, 25% gains, and kicking and continuing to pump. Let's talk about it. Let's break down the small ideas. This is my big idea here, that Bitcoin is going to rip to the upside. And I'm going to tell you why. Another bank's about to probably go down this week. They're going to print so much money, then the debt ceiling and all that stuff. You know. Creators David Gogenstein. What rhymes with, peace to all the families in Texas Mall. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Let's say a moment of silence. Moment of silence to the people in the Texas, man, in the Texas Mall shooting. I don't know why people are so mentally deranged that they can't, you know what I mean? And believe me, if it wasn't something else, they'd use something else. They'd drive a car like that dude did in Wisconsin. Cars are extremely dangerous. They really are. The fact that anyone can get a license, pretty crazy. All right? Pretty crazy. So Pepe holding 25, doing pretty good. But we're going to go from there. We'll see what happens. Pepe, baby, Pepe. And we're going to look at those bigger time frames as well to break it down for you every single time. You get enough referrals, you'll never have to work. Yeah. Pump it up, man. What price do you change to bearish, Sam? They're blaming it on the short sellers for the banks going down. Yeah, right. Pepe, massive cup and handy. Crypto Lover's here to teach you to trade. He will not trade for you. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you know he can do it for a lifetime. Trading is a flower that can grow in anyone's garden with enough effort. Shout out to Crypto Billy for giving me those flowers, man. And they're right now upstairs in front of our fireplace. They look amazing. I just can't believe the flowers you sent are sitting in my house right now. And I had to bring them home because I said, man, Crypto Billy's the man, dude. What a blessing. So I see Bitcoin going to 41,430. And then it has to get above this 200 SMA. But look, it's here. And there's a gap in the VRVP easily to 39,000. And then it's kind of smooth sailing. We get above that and we can get to a volume area high. I wouldn't be surprised if we could roll into the 60s. It's crazy. I know I'm saying it and people are looking at me like he is mad. 60,000. And I mean, the bigger idea is this. That's the length of this pole. And you bring this up here too. And we can extend it to the next resistance. That's a $48,000 Bitcoin. So I believe in a month from now, well, the charts convey, whatever I believe doesn't matter. What the charts convey is a month from now, we're sitting somewhere between $41,000 and $44,000 for BTC. And that's based on the 3-day chart, which I'm very, very bullish on. All right, even here, like you're seeing some type of, a beautiful pennant here forming on the RSI. And we had lack of momentum on either end. And usually that means you're getting tighter and tighter in the zone. And we're going to break down the daily. We're going to show you what I see happening too. We're going to have a blast, man. Shout out to Guns Unloaded. Shout out to Positive Journey. Shout out to Michael Mabry. Shout out to Crypto Billy 111. And shout out to Jennifer Moffitt. That was pretty good Walker impression. You're funny. We got to cut us a fan. And he's like, come on. No, I'm going to get it. Believe me, I can nail it. See, I'm trying to do Matthew McConaughey, see? No. It's in the stars. You drive a Lincoln. You drive a Lincoln Town Car. Oh, man. I love impressions. They're fun, but they're not easy. You got to really work on them to be able to do them right. So this isn't. I'm not a bear. I'm not a perma bear. I'm not a moon boy. I'm a guy that trades. This could be an M pattern that could dump us to the downside. That's very possible, and we could be retesting for a bigger double bottom here, somewhere at the $26,000, $27,000 region. Not saying that's guaranteed to happen. I'm just breaking it down for you. Right now, the 4-hour suggests that we do get a push back to the upside, and that's kind of what we saw earlier today. So let's talk about it. All right, we wicked up to the candles, and I like to use candle bodies. This time, though, it kind of does fit better when I use the wicks, which I've never really done, but wick, candle body wick. We'll do it. This is kind of breaking my rules now, but it makes the pattern just a little cleaner. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time where they began. That wick came right there. That's exactly what happened. There was a 68% chance that was going to happen, and that's why I basically said I would probably go for short. Also, the liquidity when I was on my live stream this morning suggested that we were going further to the downside. And now, look, we are seriously just inside of my box. Oh, man. But you got to love it. It's just inside. I'm talking about baseball over here. Hey, baseball, cold showers. Baseball, cold showers. Remember, you ever saw Wayne's World? Baseball, cold showers. Baseball, cold showers. And this trade's just continuing to moon. I had that feeling to jump on in. And now we're up $39, 25% gains on the future idea. I want to see whether it's time to take money on the future trade or not. I'm a little all over the place. So let's break it down. I'm going to get rid of this box, but it ended up where I believed it would. The bounce up, and then by 8 o'clock, we would be somewhere in my green box we were somewhere in the green box. So, hey, we did it again here. And you can go watch the live stream from the morning and be like, no, he didn't say that. He said something else. Because I swear, no matter what I do, there's some hater on Twitter. And again, I don't even talk about the haters, but there's some funny guy there's some funny guys out there. And they're like, you called long, you loser. And I'm like, dude, it's documented, man. Like, it's documented. Like, I drew a box and I said, this is where it's probably going to go inside the box. You know what I mean? And there on my erratic shirt today, where I'd never come on with a t-shirt, something that I did fun, but there I am. There I am. And what is this guy saying? What's this funny guy saying over here? And what did I mute this? Did I mute this over here? 62? That's all you're gonna give me today? I gotta beg for more likes on the day after my dad's wake. Come on, man. You all can do better than that, and I will do better for you. And you know I'm such an Irish. Gave you that light love. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what? Yeah, man. I'm hot on you guys. He's hot with the Boston accent over here. Anyway, you see the box right there. I'm telling you, we're going to drop down and probably bounce back into the box. That's exactly what we did. You can go watch the live stream yourself, and you can do it. All right? What a sexy guy, huh? I got to. If I look at myself and I find myself attractive, how can I be homophobic? I took that line from Easy Mac. He's like, looking in America, how can I be homophobic? Anyway, it was just so funny, man. Dex no answer, man. Monkeys on Dex tools, man. Philly accents. Coinbase just needs to buy up some PEPE already. I know, right? Get us some liquidity so they can hand it out to everybody else, right? I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. So here's the deal. 3-day looks beautiful. I like what we're seeing for the 3-day. Let's break down into the smaller time frames. Which brings us to the 4-hour, which now, to me, the 4 hours doing this. Remember my old, it falls out of the wedge, comes back into the wedge. And now if you're, who here knows that I do this now? Because this is wacky if you've never seen it. You're like, what is he doing? And we'll take away the moving average to make it clearer, but this is a falling wedge, and what it does is it leaves the wedge, comes back in, and then you're going to pump the length of the wedge regardless. And it's likely we're going to break down, we're going to break up all the way back up to the top of the pattern here. So, again, when I wake up tomorrow, now I like to make another prediction. We'll come up here, then we'll probably come back down, but it's going to take about 12 hours. So I believe by tomorrow night, when I go on the live stream tomorrow in the morning and do that morning update, we're going to be somewhere in this green box. Somewhere in here. It's a little broad, I get it, but it's between about 29,449 and 29,622. There's a blind woman who emailed me recently and said, I love your stream, I love talking, I love everything about it, but I can't see. Could you just say out loud the levels so I can see them? I get emails like that, all these type of different emails. One thing I will be cautious about, because I'm always open-minded, is that a shoulder ahead? Are we going to make a right shoulder and dump to the downside? And is this an M pattern? We were looking for a bearish retest of this area because that's going to be kind of your main resistance, bounce, fall back below. Then you get a bearish retest, and that would coincide also with the trend line. So somewhere around 28,733, if we do fall down and we bearishly retest, I would short it back down because we would lose this significant area and drop down into the next high volume node. So I'm not a bear, I'm not a perma bear, and I'm not a moon boy. I'm a guy that likes to trade, and I will trade whatever the market gives me, and I'm going to look at the probabilities in my flavor. And if they're in my flavor, I'm going to drop it in the sauce. All right? That's what I'm going to do. What am I dropping in the sauce? The meatballs, of course. So here's the deal. Falling wedges break to the upside 60% of the time. To me, this is a falling wedge that broke out, broke back in, and it's something that I've back tested over and over again. Even here, it did it here. It came out, came back in. You would take the length of this pole, and you still got the money here, but you would have had to have really focused, and that was the trade. I've seen this many, many times, right? And I backtested this for people on my live. Who here has seen my wacky falling wedge leave out, come back in again? Don't trade monkey. We are holders until a Billy. Wow. Awesome. I go there once a month or so. I'm near Aiken, South Carolina, reasonably close to the Georgia border. I know nothing about what you're talking about. Focus on my chart. Start having side conversations inside the chat. I want to hear you. Focus on that. No, I'm just joking. Have a blast. That's what you come here to meet people. Have a blast. Talk about your life. Crypto Billy, man, stop. I know you're a social butterfly, man. You talked to me all night the other night. Let's get you back into the chart. No, I'm just messing around. Shout out to Crypto Billy. We love you, man. Where my lifers at? How many people we got on the live stream? Let's take a look here. 517 people on the live. Where's everybody at? Show me where you're at on a Saturday night. Let's go. Roll call, roll call, roll call. Where are you from? I'm from Boston. I'll put it out there. Lived in New York City 20 years. Monkey is a true hodl. You say monkey one more time. Is that the same guy talking about monkey every time? Mo, monkey is a hodl. Monkey, yep. All right. Mo, you are going to be just put on timeout. All right? Because you're shilling monkey too much. And I don't want this to be a shill fest. Okay. We got England. We got Germany. We got Philly. We got London. We got Edmonton. We got... Wow. We got Elon's going to send monkey... Oh, my gosh, man. There's more monkey people in here. Argentina, Niagara Falls, Work, Israel, Montreal, Germany, Tennessee, Kyiv, SoCal, Central Cali, South Carolina, Minnesota, Atlanta, Winnipeg, Oklahoma City, baby. Shout out to Jacob Cannon in the house, man. Home of the world champion Astros, South Carolina, baby. Wilmington, North Carolina. Wilmington looks nice. We looked it up the other day. Kansas City, Toronto, Canada, Riverside, Syracuse, New York, Bay Area. Wow, Mexico City, Israel. My man. Shout out to Israel. Shout out to everybody here. Crypto Cash here with you, man. All the way from Lake Tahoe, though, and from that beautiful, silky, smooth water. Shout out to Mazatlan, Mexico. Wow, Mexican people. Dude, I love you. Dude, Mazatlan. I am saying it wrong. Antarctica, right? And look, yeah, you got hit. You got hit again. Netherlands, Ohio, Springfield, Missouri, Michigan, Georgia, Minnesota, Savannah, Georgia, beautiful town. The fourth dimension. Oh, I'm from the fifth dimension. Can't touch this. Fort Worth, Texas, Macedonia, cold state of Alaska. Wow, all over the world. Smash the likes, guys. Jersey, baby, Jersey. Michigan. What I want you to do is talk to me a couple times. Come on. Wisconsin, Jersey, Oceanside, California, Manchester, UK, Toronto, Nayarit, Mexico. Dude, Nayarit, Mexico. Wow. People from Mexico watching the stream. Shout out to Crypto Billy, Pepe, Chicago, Puerto Rico, Connecticut, Louisiana. I'm always going to call you out, Crypto Billy, now. You're like my buddy, man. You're my buddy, man. It's so cool. I love meeting people that are on the stream because then I feel at home all the time when I'm on the stream. Are we going to that thing, Sammy? Are we going to do the thing, Sammy? We might just do the thing. You know what it is. Arkansas, Fiat, Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville, beautiful town, too. United States, Minnesota, Crypto Billy. Shout out to Crypto DJ. Where's Tex-Mex Biomex, man? My future is so bright, I got to wear shades in the moonlight. That's what happens, man. I'm like, dude, I can't even see. I got the Gucci on, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Boom, 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 boom. Bitcoin did come back. I should have taken profits immediately, especially on a Saturday night. And I was going to, but I got carried away having fun. That's what happens. Yeah. Still up 23? No, I bet that... No. This has to be refreshed. I think I lost all the gains back to zero. And that's why I should have taken that 39 and chipped away. No, still up 28. I got in pretty early. What was my entry price? 28,652. So we're still holding some gains here. But I flash close that for 15% gains. And we lock it in. Bam. And you do pay a little bit for that, but the fees aren't too bad if you continue to do it all the time. So, and we lock it in. We're in there like swimwear. I should have brought it up, but we're at 700 now. It's been a long time coming with this account. Just brought 400 back to 700, which is like, and I've done this before. I took 800 to 1170, 800 back to 800, 800 to 1160, back to 800, 800 down to 400, back to 700. It's been a struggle. I'll be honest with you. It's been a struggle, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there one step at a time. All right. Hey, DJ, good to see you, man. Should I just move your stop off? I was going to do that too, but I don't do that. I don't do shoulda, woulda, coulda stuff. You know what I mean? I just take mines. And don't tell me what to do ever again for the rest of your life. Just the one thing that you never want to do is tell me what to do. Never. You'll get on you'll irritate the bejesus out of me. I don't like being told what to do over here. Listen, I told you 10 times over here, Bobby. And that's not my my walking. That's just like the average New York guy. Hey, I called the cab 2 times. You didn't show up. So I went all the way to the cab service there and I rang the doorbell. I said, hey, I walked over here because I was so pissed you didn't send a cab. I walked all the way over it. I said, the next time. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all. 10 push-ups saying woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? A dingo ate my Satoshis. That's a legit answer. Invest in yourself and learn. Amen. Don't look at my... Yeah, you're funny. I like that tactic. But you know what? I didn't even say it. Don't look at what? What are you talking about? What is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. So let's take a look at the smaller time frames. The 4 hour suggests that we are going to bounce back to the top of the channel, you know, and stop loss somewhere outside here. Like, so here's the deal. Stop loss somewhere outside here and an entry here. We already talked about the idea of getting into a bigger Bitcoin trade, right? And there's the trade right there. Stop loss is at 27,469, and we're going all the way up to 33,841, and the entry was somewhere in the zone, right where we're at. So again, we get above that point of control, we are gone. The second you see Bitcoin above 29,379, it's a wrap, and we're going to make a pretty nice move to the upside. Crazy though, the volatility on a Saturday night, right? Bitcoin was just 29,050. Things were running smooth. It was smooth sailing. And look what happened. I mean, the 4 hour got a little high. They put a sell wall here on BOOKMAP telling us that we might get a little, even Pepe sitting at 24.8, but we might get a push for Bitcoin. Look, there's no liquidity up above us now. All the liquidity is down below at 28,000. Suggest they're going to take us a little lower. That's BOOKMAP right there, suggesting there's more orders down than up, and they're going to fill those orders. So longing in this area means you're probably going to get crushed until they get back down to 28,000, 28,200 area, which isn't too bad. It's pretty close to price action. That's where I may consider opening up another trade. Let's take a look at our 7-minute time frame and break it down for you. All right, so we wicked. I got into the wick. We got the pump to the upside. We made a bit of an M, came back up. And you know what I'm seeing is something like this, an ascending triangle. This is kind of what I'm seeing over here. What do you mean over here? I said not over there, over there. And look, that could make a move back to the top of the channel. That could be a nice little swing trade right there too as well, right? I got the bigger trade. And then remember, the bigger trade is still open. I posted that on Twitter for free. That's still going to sit there. We're going to find out whether we win or lose that trade because we're going to be able to just search it, find it, talk about it, and break it down. But here's another little mini trade here that could be happening. We'll wait for the 7-minute to get a little lower. I could put an order, like I could put an alert right there and see what happens. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame, also getting overbought, right? Which, look, I mean, this can also make a bit of an M pattern, which would break you down here to this area, break you back inside the pattern after you broke out 2 times in a row. It's pretty interesting. And now we're getting a bit of a dump here, 28,828, right? And what do? They sold the top of this previous resistance. So now you can see that Bitcoin has to get back above this level to remain bullish. It has to break back above 28,960 to remain bullish. That's going to be kind of its line in the sand. We've been getting rejected there a couple times in a row. So we'd wait for us to come back down to the low, and then the trade could still be on. All right? The trade could still be on. Crazy man, I'm off midway. Stop giving out your location on the live stream. I repeat, stop giving your location on the live stream. No, I just want to make you paranoid. Crypto Billy, socializing like a social butterfly over here. You were the kid in school. The teacher was always like, Billy, we're going to have to sit you alone because you just can't stop talking during class. A couple years I played music with a band. Yeah, I was with a band over there. Shout out to James Manford. Could you say the word buy in prices? Could you say the word buy in... I don't know what he's saying. I see Billy. I watch him all day. Amen. Anderson, how's the Pepe? How's that Pepe? We talked about it already in depth. We even have an order book for it too. So, but this does look, I mean, now they got a massive buy wall. 28,002, 28,000. Suggests that we're going to crush whenever long gets in the way between those whales. So I would be careful longing after that long. The profit taking was right there. I should have put on a smaller time frame. I was doing the gift of gab too much. But if I'd really been alone, I would have seen it. Probably taking bigger profits. Sometimes live streaming does get in the way. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying you're doing 2 different things at once, and you have to understand that you're doing that. 50-minute wants to dump on us to the downside. That could also be an M pattern at rejection. So, and let's see like what the idea is. So we're going to get rid of this for now. But it was a falling wedge that broke back inside. And there could be some damage done here on that 4-hour time frame. We just got to get through this. We got to get through the smaller time frames. We really do. The 5-minute is spent. Yeah, see, I just want to see this kind of go up and down here throughout the channel. It is at the bottom of the channel now. It also says there may be a bounce coming just kind of small-wise, right? And so that would be like this kind of falling wedge here, and you would bounce back to the top of the channel. Very small little flag. It wouldn't be amazing, but it would be something like this, right? And it would bring us back to 29,000 or 28,955, not even 29. And this could be a move. So this is the smaller idea inside the bigger idea. Just something that I'm looking at, not guaranteeing anything at all. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Just going over what I see here for Bitcoin. All right. So smaller time frames will depict whether if we begin to break down and fall down here, then we could have a bigger M. There's a chance we could go lower, and there's, but if we start to break up, then it makes sense. Bottom of the channel, top of the channel, and then we're kind of still inside the channel. So that's what I would be watching right now is the 5 and the 7 minute time frame. See kind of what brews for Bitcoin. And if it starts to lose major support areas, even this trend line, then we know that there may be a kind of lower lows coming. But if it doesn't, then it goes sideways. It kind of starts playing more into the picture that we're going to have some type of major pump at the springtime. But only time will tell, everyone. Only time will tell. All right? Don't sleep on the original Pepe coin. Oh, I done slept on that coin. Yeah, it's all about Pepe to me, man. I don't like to play games. I really don't. You know what I mean? I mean, here's Pepe coin on Uniswap here. It's kind of got a hidden shoulder pattern. Wow, I pumped hard for wrapped ETH recently. I see what you're seeing here. There's like a bit of a flag here. Kind of a cup and handle. But like Pepe coin, like I don't know if you can get that at the hottest places. Like, let's see. I mean, that's so confusing to people too. Pepe coin. And then like there's all these different Pepes. And this is Pepe coin. Only on the Ethereum, but where else can it be gotten and grabbed up? LBank, Bitrue, and Uniswap. Yeah, this doesn't have the liquidity compared to the other coin. Not even close. Can't even give you the market cap. I'd be careful trading this. I really would. It's a 2,647th coin. I don't know. We love Pepe. Really, we are the best Pepe coin imitation, the highest from the field already. But we don't begin this in 2015 to stop now. We're bringing OG crypto culture to DeFi. So Pepe coin's been around that long, huh? On ERC. That's interesting. Total supply, 133 million. That's a very small supply. That could do damage. 4.2 ETH in initial liquidity with a contract address. Keck DAC. That's so funny. Okay, 506 beautiful souls in the live, 319 people who never saw this live before in their life, who got it by, maybe a YouTube said, hey, what up? And they were like, whoa. So look, we're bouncing back up already. Price action is just moving all over the place. Let's go back to our USDT chart on Binance. You saw my big time idea. I just want you to understand that's, because we're looking at the cumulative volume index from different places. So again, we have the bigger idea of the 3-day chart looking pretty nice. I have to put that out. But then we have the smaller ideas that have to be conquered and enabled for this to occur. And the 1 hour is showing signs of just not good signs right now. It's struggling a little bit, right? And then we zoomed into the 7 and the 5, and we saw this little flag. And this could be the flag that saves the day. And do we have a really strong divergence here? We want to see if we have the strong divergence right here. And we kind of don't. Not as much as I would like it to be, personally, in my humble opinion. Like, I want relationship-saving divergences. That's what I'm looking for. So this could continue to pump here. The measured move would take us to 29,455. Okay. And it all depends. You do see tight moving averages, and they're getting to the 200. There could be that move up to the 200 SMA to 29K again. So I'm still more bullish than bearish. I just want to make that clear. But we got to get through these hard, small times first, enable for this bigger move to occur. 4 hour looks beautiful. 2 hour has legs too, and the 3 hour even does too as well. 1 hour is just kind of getting in the way. But it doesn't mean once it crosses the dotted line, I could see a pump too. So again, back to my Bitcoin analysis to make it easy and smooth. I'd watch this on the 7 minute time frame. We get a substantial punch up, which we just did. Look at that. So funny. We just talked about this wedge breaking up. Something like that. And look, it broke up. Like just as we were kind of talking about it. So, and you could even say it was one of those where it left and came back in just like the one it's in now. So Bitcoin back to 28,009. Not bad. If it can get back above this zone, it would be awesome. But we call that little pump back to the upside, right? By zooming in and being able to figure out what was happening. The 1 minute chart had the move. That's how you were able to figure out what was happening. And see, that's the key of a veteran trader. More than indicators, which are fine. I don't mind anyone that uses them. You do whatever makes you happy. I use indicators too, all right? At the end of the day, they're all indicators. But the point is this. Once you understand kind of the concept of what's going on, you play those concepts over and over again. Like we have falling volume, falling price, right? We have the MACD turning. It just shows me that there's something coming, something brewing, something getting ready, all right, for another move. And it's a bit of an ascending triangle too as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if this got another move to the upside for Bitcoin. So we're going to watch this closely. But again, we have to get above this resistance for it to be a bit serious, like boom. And then we can get to here in the high volume node. take some profits at about 29,241 and go from there. All right. And that's where I stand for Bitcoin right now. And we zoom back out. The 1 hour doesn't look amazing. Looks like it could flip, but I've seen the 1 hour get pushed by the 4 hour time frame too as well. So no matter what anyone thinks, I believe God as our witness. You know, things play out the way they're supposed to play out. Either that or they don't. You know, so you commit to the TA and you see where it takes you, and you don't use a bunch of thoughts and emotions. You think things through using technical analysis, right? But so it's likely we come up and maybe we head back lower too. Like that's the only thing about towards the end of the stream tonight, I'm going to put a box and I'm going to show you where I believe Bitcoin's going to go. And that's going to be my final thing, but not until later on in the stream. Okay. I do see some super chats. We got ADA long-term TA and Jupiter. All right, let's look at ADA long-term TA. That's going to be fun for me. Something I haven't done in a while. And I would look at the Binance chart. That was when I knew it the most. Take away the moving averages for a second. We'll bring them back up when the time is needed. All right. So Cardano, man. It had this beautiful bowl, elongated bowl. I believe we're somewhere in here. That was March of 2020, and then we took off. But this thing was consolidating from April 18th and all the way through for 2 years, right? So similar to me, like you could say like we started it consolidating here in May 2022, and now it's just continuing to rock on into the April of 2023. Can't believe the year has changed to 2023. Okay. Come on, seller, wake your butt. Yeah, meme coin war and Pepe. Yeah, bid hour, 1 hour pinned under the 200 SMA. Well, let's take a look at that too. We'll talk about Bitcoin as if it's back above the SMAs needed. This could be an M pattern that could dump us even further, but you know what? It has some diamond vibes too as well. We know diamonds dump back to the downside, so just be careful. I have those limit orders kind of in waiting. I may have to be careful a little bit, but the 1 hour suggests that it's going to pump. You know, well, this is Pepe coin. Forgive me, please. Here's Pepe. I mean, I like what I'm seeing for Pepe. The 1 hour is pointing to the upside. This thing wants the moon. So that's interesting right now. And so does the 4 hour. And that's like a really good indicator for me that something is brewing with this idea. And we can get rid of this now. We don't need the head and shoulder pattern that I called earlier today for a beautiful short. Exactly where it was supposed to go too as well. You can't beat that. So this can go all the way up further, right? To our measured move is at 39. That's our next bigger move, at 39. It's at 25. That'll be $13, almost a 50% gain, about a 46% gain, something like that. Let's take a look. Trying to do the math as fast as I can in my head. 167. Oh, that's 64, yeah. But I'm just saying if we break back up and we go to 30, 32 here, right? What would 32 be? Yeah, about 36% gains. Then we had our first target at 89, and then we can continue to soar to the upside. 167% gain possibly coming out of Pepe. And again, high risk, high reward. I wouldn't like throw all my winnings that I just made in it, but it has hidden bullish divergence, 618 fib. There's like falling volume and falling price. There's a lot of things going for it that are good, and the technicals for Pepe. All right. Back to Cardano long-term idea here. Really long-term idea for Cardano. I got in back in here. All right, 2 cents. So I've been holding it for a long, long time. We'll delete all our old work here and just take a look at what we're seeing. But it retraced. I mean, after a huge pump, it basically went all the way back to its original levels. One of the craziest fibs stories I've ever seen, back to the 886, and it stayed there for a while. It's still kind of chilling in that area. So Cardano, long-term idea. I mean, once the halving comes for Bitcoin, we're going to mark that down. It's going to be about May or March of 2024. And I remember just being like, I got to pick up these groceries, man. I got like a life to live, right? And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So that was like the contract address that we grabbed the other day. I don't know how I turn off Alt-V, but it somehow disappears. So here's the deal. Long-term idea for Cardano is that eventually one day, this is going to be as small as the big one in my room now. And like, we're going to look at this and we're going to be like, man, Cardano did numbers. And so many people jumped into the farm. So many people tried to do this and that. So Cardano's very interesting coin, to say the least. Very interesting coin, to say the least. Now, I lost that Cardano coin that everyone was talking about in my head there. Oh, yeah. SNEK. Yeah, SNEK. When I saw it, it was up 79%, and then it was up 150 some odd percent. And it's on Cardano's chain. Now it's up 113 at 0, and it's got 0.00008194. So it has less zeros than when I first got into Pepe. But look at that major wick. That's so sketch too as well on MinSwap. That's why we need more liquidity in a lot of these coins. I might even provide liquidity at one point. Just something to think about, right? So we've gone over Bitcoin in depth. All right. Cardano, long-term idea is that you're going to see it somewhere in the 5 and then eventually to the $10 region. I think this bull run, it can get to a 5, 6, even $8 on a frenzy. I don't know if it's going to hit 12 again. Might pull back down to a 4 or 5, stay stagnant for a while, and then boom. I could see this thing blasting all the way to like just unfathomable levels, like somewhere at $5, $5.31, $5.25. I would not be surprised if Cardano makes a huge move once DeFi gets installed and things really start to hit. I'm excited for Cardano and what they're going to bring to the table. Charles is a perfectionist. He doesn't let things out until they're ready. Everyone else just like, all right, the marketing will take care of it. Let's just do this. And he's like, no, like, I'm not going to, he's revered by his peers, right? And so he knows there's super smart people out there, and he's not going to come out just swinging like a bat on like the worst exchange in the world. He's going to make sure that the trader knows what they're doing, has a pretty good success rate, and then they're going to go from there. So in my humble opinion, that's the best way to do it. Okay. $0.21 for Pepe. I can't believe it. Okay. All right. Bitty Bitcoin. Remember that? Yeah. What's up, fam? Be blessed. Alec Louisiana. Are you asking about 99 platform or a coin? Sorry, I wish I was the same. Bitty. Hey, Sam, what do you think about Pepe Floki or Pepe EF? It's a basic token. It's starting to blast this very second. $3 million market cap. I mean, I know about it already. I've known about it all afternoon. It doesn't really impress me, man. But again, Pepe is one of the... I put one I'm willing to lose and see what happens. What about XTC long term? Do you like you did with ADA? Ah, man, that coin is just, And look, this says that Cardano can get all the way to about at least 360 to its all-time high. May slump again and then pump again, one day. But definitely says we'd be living the life there. ADA, Cardano could continue to pump. And then, I mean, you could sell that and buy a home in Florida. You know what I mean? Take my mommy all the way to the golf course. But the 2-day chart looks really good. The daily chart is getting way better than Bitcoin. Almost makes me want to jump into the BTC Cardano pair. Because that means Cardano will make more money than Bitcoin. You'll make more money on your money holding Cardano, and I'll outpace the other guys. Jump TA with RSI, please. XTC. I have the RSI on all my TAs. All right, got out of that one real easily. You know what I mean? All right, let's take a look here with the super chat. Jupe, which I remember was on Coinbase. That's what I remember. Jupiter. So someone said massive cup and handle. I see a massive cup and handle for Jupiter, and it says it can get all the way up to 164. Which is insane, So 164% gains coming out of the cup and handles. They've been explosive. I've traded so many in my life. They got me to get the confidence to do what I do now. And, yeah. Lysergic Jimmy, man. If it isn't Lysergic Jimmy. La. I can't do messages and do all sorts of things. If you gave me the link immediately, I could, but I got too much going on. Thank you, Jimmy, though. I saw what you're saying. Jupiter ready, man. Let's take a look at Jupiter. Jupiter looks like it could blast to the upside. It really does. Daily's ready to go, too. Nothing really holding it in its way, in its path. And that's powerful. And we came down. We got a little brain dead from, what happened. I was thinking of my dad. Just gets in my head a little bit. But it's weird. I'm getting these weird thoughts during the live, but Jupiter in the cup and handle, pushing up to 164% gains, and could you make it happen? Very possible. But look, it's kind of isn't it stuck here? Something happened where you can't trade it on Coinbase. I swear, I'm really something's going on with it. I remember someone the other day said, "Why is it stuck?" And I'm like, "I don't know what do you mean." And then I looked and and he's like, "You can't trade this," and it looked like you couldn't trade it, right? So you can only trade this on MinSwap, just so you know. And so you'd have to get a Cardano wallet, right? And then you'd have to be able to put the money in. Yeah, Bitcoin's back to 29,100 again. Isn't that insane? But it looked like it could get some bacon going on smaller time frames though, really smaller time frame. And we're right back where it all began. Had I just stayed in the chart, had I just hung out. But you know, with futures, it's a tough racket, very tough racket. Bug Fan is Zen. I have Jupe on my Coinbase right now. What about arbitrage AI? I don't know. What about it? He's why you are watching over you, Sam. Very proud too, I'm sure. You're the man, and you got this, whatever comes at you. Thank you, I appreciate that. Can you take a look at artificial liquid intelligence? Never heard about it, but it would have to send in a super chat for TA and deep dives. One guy sent $100 in there. You know what I mean? I just want to do the right thing. All right, if possible. All right. Yeah, I'm just wary of Pepe Coin, man. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea at the present moment. I like Pepe, not Pepe Coin. But maybe I'll eat my own words. I do not know. And there's our short squeeze that happens on the stream every single day with BOOKMAP. Almost every day. Can't say every single day, but many, many times we watch a short squeeze here. Who here is new on the channel? I may have asked this before, but I didn't get a chance to look at the chat. Who here is new on the channel, never seen the Crypto Lifer before, never heard the voices, never heard the fun, never had the energy thrown at them at this height, you know, at the speed of light, baby, at the speed of light. Sam, I feel your pain, brother. I lost my father as well a couple of years ago, and it's tough, but so are we. Amen. I'm new. No, you're not, GF Perk. Why are you doing that to us? God bless you, brother. Wow, me enjoying this stream. Wow, shout out to Sean D for jumping on in. And this gets the new people to say hi so we get to know who they are. You know what I mean? And we can bring them into the family and support them and love them. Love Clockwork, we call it Sammy Strawberry Short Squeeze, baby. Yeah, Saturday night Strawberry Short Squeeze. Late to the stream, did you cover ADA 12-hour time frame? Well, yeah, we looked at Cardano just on the bigger time frame, even on the daily. On the daily, right? Smack that like, and if you ask for the bigger time frame, it can't be exactly where it's supposed to be, right? I've been here for almost about 4 weeks. Ooh, wow. I like to see this. Consistent. But to be honest, I don't know how I found you. I guess the algorithm. So awesome, man. 520 hertz love, man. Shout out to God is Love with the 528 hertz, brother. We love you for that. Hey, God bless you and yours, Sam. How about Aptos, trade, and staking? How about it, man? How about it? Can we see Pepe on BOOKMAP? Yes, we can. So with Bitcoin pumping too, it's going to give Pepe a little bit of struggling. You know, like maybe, you know, people sell off the alts, and that we're going to look at Bitcoin dominance for that reason. All right. Thank you so much for the super chats. That's so blessing. What a blessing. Welcome to the live stream to the new viewers. Do you think it'll reject here or keep pushing? You can't say what you think. No one says, if you're new to my channel, we don't use that word. It's like the worst word to be using. So we don't use it. It's a horrible word. It really is. It's like, he said, think again. Like, we don't know what we think is not the key, right? It's not. All right. What the charts convey is the key. All right. What the charts convey, what's happening. You'll never catch me just like, I think Bitcoin's going. I don't do that. And I shouldn't have said it right now because they even use it out of context. But the point is, I think about it before I do it. All right. And I do that using the charts. The charts convey to me. So I exchange, I think, to what the charts convey. The charts convey that we can thoroughly go up here and go back down there. Therefore, I'm extrapolated from the idea that it's me saying it. It's what the charts convey. I'm just reading the charts. Pepe on mass support, big cup and handy as well. This kind of has a cup and handle in a way if you look at it, right? If anything, it's like, you know, there's your cup. And there, you know, there's your bottom, and then you have this beautiful handle kind of hanging off right here, right? And you're starting to rip to the upside. And we've seen that many times before too as well. Can you check AIDOGE? Thank you. AIDOGE was getting beat up. It really was. It was getting beat up, man. It really was. Okay, moving forward. 29,043 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Remember, if you are getting a ad, please use the Brave browser and put on the shield. You'll never get an ad again. If you're playing games and you're not doing this, let me show you. I'll like break something out. If you're playing games here and you're not on MetaMask on using a Brave browser, look, I can shut off the shields that I want, things that I want. If I want somebody to be able to see me, advanced controls, and more. All right. The thing is an amazing browser, and it's been really well. It even has an integrated Web3 wallet and more, and I believe it's going to do some numbers. But again, only time will tell when it comes to stuff like that. Can you check out AIDOGE? We will in a second. Just got some CAS. Yeah, I've been buying CAS the last few days, just grabbing it back up again below that 28 level. And, you know, I believe it's going to do numbers in time. Casper and Caspa. I can't believe I ended up with both of them, but they were interesting to me. Even with, bro, I still have to add uBlock Origin for some stuff. Yeah. Adage to the moon, baby. Adage to the moon. AIDOGE. Okay, so look, I mean, we're still kind of going up and down here, but we did break out from the bottom of the channel. We're very likely to get to the top of the channel, in my humble opinion. Only a matter of time. I believe when we wake up tomorrow morning and I do my update, Bitcoin, and this is the drum roll, please. Drum roll. Yeah, I need that longer one. Brrr, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. But it tells me that Bitcoin's going to be somewhere up in here, and then maybe ready for its move right back down to the bottom of the pattern. So, can you add Google to Brave for password? You can import, I believe, yes. They sell in May, we stay away and get paid. He's gonna do it. Sam, what are your thoughts on CGPT versus GPT? Curiosity. I mean, one is get a coin, it's got more going on for it, so I'm excited to see what happens. The other one kind of plays both ends against the middle, knows the economic, the world. It just depends, man. Like, GPT is just, like, one's a coin and one's an actual thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, they're not really comparable, my man, in my humble opinion. But you would ever do whatever makes you happy there. Getting back above the 200 SMA, and that could be the key. If we can stay above it, we're fighting it right now on the 7-minute time frame. Getting a little overbought, too, as well on the 15 and the 7, which tells me that, you know, their best bet is a little bit of a flag here before they can continue to the upside if they really want to get to the green leprechaun box. All right. If price action can get up there. God bless. Heading back out. Living in Irving. Flag, baby. Came from a quick 50% play. God bless y'all. Don't announce when you leave the stream. Just leave the stream. All right. Because then people are like, oh, he's leaving. So if you really love me, just, you know, say what up and don't say anything and just dip off. You get it? Like, I would show up to your party and then I would just slowly slip out and be like, hey, everyone, I'm leaving the party. It's lame. Just want to let you know. I'm just messing with you, but am I? Does this look like a guy who's playing games over here? Does this look like a guy who's playing games over here? What I want you to do is listen to me. I'm going to speak 2 words every single sentence. 2 words. Christopher, welcome. Much love, man. Come on. Come on now. He always said that, right? I'm going to the bathroom. Be right back. Stack, you cannot do that. You know better. Stick in a catheter and get it done. All right? Don't leave your house. Don't leave your seats. Your Christopher Walken is getting better. Made some money, ribeyes, onions, and taters for the family. Dude, we had massive ribeyes tonight. Like one of the biggest ribeyes I ever ate. My brother-in-law made it, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So we looked at SNEK, we looked at Bob, we looked at some meme coins tonight, which you can't, you know, we did what we had to do. Shout out to Tori, man. And shout out to everybody here on the live. What if I just didn't want to do CELR, Tori? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it if I was just like, you know what? Nah, dude. Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that no mo's. You had me hellos. I ain't going to do this no mo's. So this had a pump up. Came back down, but the pump was real. That's when you use the stop. This is a tiny coin, so that's when you're always looking at the stop, seeing what you're doing. You could wake up in the morning absolutely wrecked. You never know. Be careful with meme coins. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But, you know, I go over things that I like to do and talk about what I'm doing all the time. If it's interested in you and to this reality TV show that I'm on, then jump on it today, right? And if you want real education to change your life, jump on into the trading group and really, really shine. Because, hey, we can always use another brilliant mind in the live. It only makes each and every one of us stronger. So getting tighter and tighter in the zone, moving average is getting really close, and this wants to move. I mean, it's interesting. If Bitcoin can hold its own and still pump, I believe this thing can get legs and begin to get a bit of a move. We are watching it though, and it has to hold and maintain this level, like right here, like maybe a wick or something comes and hits it. But as you know, as he's the man of the house, you know, AIDOGE, Could it bounce back to the upside? Anything could happen. Kind of left the wedge, came back in again, bounced off it, fell in. And then he's basically entitled to this move now back to the upside based on his father and his genes. And that should get a move. AI Doge, baby. AI Doge. It's interesting. You know, it came from the father Dogecoin, right? The one coin I like. AI Doge. You're going to walk over there. You're going to say two things. Come on. Bob looks like he's trying to move. It can't try. It's got to move, baby. It's got to move. We like Casper too, man. KASPA. Doing numbers. Doing numbers over here. Wow, 941 on the live. Can't believe we're still kicking it with each and every one of you. So AI Doge could get a bigger move too. Look at that. And as funny as it is, you never know. And then you can pull the Fibonacci from this sequence here. And right now, we're in the golden pocket. We just whipped it down probably to the 786, which is very interesting. That's where a lot of people want to get paid on AI Doge. So anything could happen, but this thing could make what we call bacon on the beach. Just in the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame alone, both look like you get a bit of a move. And I haven't traded AI Doge yet, but something's got me a little going right now. Wow, 28,975 back in the money. Everyone's like, oh, you only trade spot? Everyone wants to be a winner overnight. Nobody wants to do patient gains. But you know what? When you made patient gains, then that's what you fall in love with. So I trade leverage. You could see smaller amounts, but I'm taking spot hand over fist and just having a blast. This was one of the best weeks of trading with, you know what, just booming to the upside. And it's been crazy. Pepe coin really took care of a lot of people this week, while a lot of other people got, you know, other things going down. So we can move up here and just like when it's a really meme coin like 570, and AI Doge has been calling my name, but I've just been waiting for the proper time to get in, right? And it could go lower too, so you never know. It's always a gamble. I'll put like 400 bucks in. And make sure the price is right. I've had the price wrong before, and then you know, it's like it's really whack. It doesn't feel good when you do that. 456 is cool, and I will buy a little bit of AI Doge. I'm gonna speculate on it tonight. It might turn into $5,000. You never know. And I'm just gonna. It's not gonna be my Pepe. It's just gonna is what it is. Casper is the silver to Bitcoin's gold. It's coming. Shout out to my man Burke, man. God bless you, Burke. On the streams, tirelessly, always on the streams with me. And then these little Pepe buys that are sitting waiting on the low that might get filled tonight while I'm asleep. Hey, it would be amazing. And they're automated, ready to rock. So now Pepe did bounce off the 618. I would expect to bounce here to the upside. I really would. And I've said enough. I've said my piece about Pepe. And again, it could even fall and do a bearish retest. There's no guarantees of anything I said. All right. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. But look at the liquidity. We get through that ball in that order book. The chance we crush it to another order book. Very, very interesting. And Dad just got a massive short squeeze. Came back down. Dang, man. It was Billo. The Pepe profit's going to go somewhere. They got to go somewhere. 100%. I like what you're saying. Like, where are they going to put it? Where are they going to put it? All right. Hello from Denmark. What exchange is Sam using for trading? MEXC Global, baby. Thank you for asking. MEXC Global. Do you work for them? The way you asked that was uncannily on time. And you can join MEXC Global here. I'll make it really simple and easy so you don't have to even think about it. Pin the message here. Just hit the pin message. You'll be ready to rock. They get all the newest coins and all of them at the hottest times before everybody else. They are the best. No one beats the Wiz. Okay, we'll look at the Coinbase chart one last time here. Just kind of clear my mind. Get rid of the moving averages. We'll go back to like the 3-day chart. We'll identify massive support and resistance levels. Like we know we have massive support here. There's even a CME gap down there that could get filled, but there's a CME gap up here too that could get filled, which is interesting. It's like it's going to get that gap in a way. And then everybody knows like kind of we're in this rising wedge here. So just if you go somewhere and you forget, remember we're in this rising wedge. I was about to be like, what was I using just then? Now, here's the deal, too. Like, we stay inside this flag, we pump up to 43.2. We don't. We dump down. You know, it's kind of black and white in that zone. So here's our major resistance. It became new support. Here's another resistance point and another one that you're kind of just back above right now, which tells me that it's a good sign. And the 3 days pointing to the upside. So, and you could say, okay, we have a resistance here, too, at about 30,500. But what's up with this gapped area? Like, why aren't we going back down there and, you know, revisiting? And we keep clinging to this high volume node, which tells me there's a chance. We have a chance, because at first it was like no, but now it's been, you know, there's a chance that this could make substantial moves. So we go to the daily time frame, and the daily still looks like it's pushing up. Let's double click it, make sure it's not bearishly crossed, but it could even just, I've seen that dump and turn back up and just have a massive, beautiful pump. So I don't put all my eggs in one basket when it comes to the daily time frame. Now, another thing I'd have to say is this is a chubby triangle or a symmetrical triangle, and it's a 50-50 shot either way. 50-50 up, 50-50 down, so it doesn't give you the edge that I look for usually in a trading platform, you know, or pattern per se, but it also doesn't mean it's the worst. It has a lot of other tools that we learned so much together, even in class, and we were friends before that. We'll always remember, but Bitcoin, man, can it get the move? It's getting tighter in the zone. And based on the 12-hour time frame, looks like we could be making an M pattern and dumping, I have to be honest. Based on the 4-hour time frame, suggests we're about to move. So I'm going to stick on the 4-hour. And like I said before, my prediction for the day is on the Binance chart. And I believe we end up in this green box after we get a bit of a bounce here off the bottom of the channel. And the 4-hour replays this whole idea back to the upside again. And lack of bearish momentum right there, already streaming in the zone. So, and we thought we were pumping out of this. We came back down. We are a little overbought now. I'd look for the double bottom now from here to here, really, before anything else big happens. But I gave you my 3-day chart. I gave you my, basically my 1-minute chart or whatever. I gave you everything I had tonight when it comes to Bitcoin. All right. News tonight. I mean, we did some news in the morning. I don't know if there will be news tonight. Let me double check to see. Still more news? Yeah, it looks like they updated it today at 6:30. Yeah, we got some news. And I'll jump into the news real quick for everyone that wants to hear the news. All right? Just give me a second. We'll jump on into the news there, boy. We will jump on into that news. One thing I forgot, or maybe I didn't forget, or hope I didn't forget. Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know if I sent it to the Crypto Lifer email or what I was doing. And that brings me to the news, everybody. I'll be right back with the news. Check, check, check. My name is Samuel James Price, and every single day on this channel, maybe even twice, I give you the newest things that are happening in cryptocurrency and the newest news. Aren't you excited to get into the news with me? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the house tonight. So check this out. We have first meme coin L2 will shift this equilibrium. Ethereum a veteran comments on the new hype. Seasoned DeFi developer Kane Warwick recalled the popularity of Uniswap, which attracted FOMO based on the high-risk traders, and stated that Ethereum-based L2 scalers might be on the eve of their own iPhone movement. Why does crypto segment need meme coins on L2? Once first the coin rallies on the Ethereum-based second layer, the audience will migrate outside of Ethereum. Driven by expectations of enormous profits, newbie users will learn how to use cross-network bridges to move their values to new chains. The first meme coin that blows up on L2 will shift this equilibrium. We've seen people learn to use Uniswap and do FOMO into things. I think we'll learn how to bridge in L2 if some random thing is blowing up amazingly well, and that's something. And as it came over for Pepe yesterday, the average transaction fee for the ETH network spiked above $30, which is the highest. And that's what's funny. Everyone says game over for Pepe, but we've been trading on MEXC Global without worrying about the price of Ethereum. But that's just something to think about. Texas lawmaker progress with digital currency bill. Interesting. Texas House Committee passed digital currency bill. Texas House Committee has taken crucial steps in the authorization of a bill that looks to create a gold-backed digital currency. The bill condemned HB 4903 and was presented by the House by Representative Mark D'Orazio. On March 10th, having gathered support for 33 sponsors, the bill is set to be voted into the House. The Texas bill would require the same comptroller to create a readable, transferable, gold-backed digital currency. That's pretty interesting. Texas' recent history of crypto bills. I mean, it's a good thing that they're doing that, and they're continuing to move forward, so I like that. You can't, I mean, how could you be upset about it? Paxful co-founder Yusuf is working with Jack Dorsey's TBT to launch plug-and-play P2P marketplaces. Yeah, just come in and get whatever you need. They sign up, we sign up, together we can move. This is the future. This is where we're going, and I would definitely look out for more of this information as we continue. And everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get back into these charts, and thank you for the news. Roll that, roll that, roll that, roll that. Okay. We spiked up, we spiked down. Doesn't mean we can't spike down, spike back up again, right? Again, you all know exactly what I'm saying. My prediction is that we'll end up in this green box. We'll bounce from one to the other part of the family, and just give my best rewards, man. Just talking to people that I met last night. One Take Sammy has gone and done it again. Western Bank recovery as it claims it didn't report its foreclosure. So weird, man. Tex-Mex Biomex must have pushed it through. You guys are so funny, man. Oh yeah, but he went in for like an operation on his back. Moment of silence for that dude. May he get out of that operation and everything happened the way it was supposed to, and may his back be healed, man. God bless. Western Bank recovers as it claims it didn't report. That's so funny. Long gold member. Amen. 1 hour time frame is overbought. I would expect a lower low now after these shenanigans. Let me just show you here. It's a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. They end up where they began or lower. So you're looking for Bitcoin to probably get a little bit of a drop. I mean, the 1 hour doesn't look amazing. It really doesn't. I said, but you're bullish, you're bearish. I get it. But you got to let the smaller time frames play out. And that's a rising wedge. And rising wedges are bearish. So I'd like to see it hold its own, but it could fall further to the downside. Still not changing my prediction. I'm making that up, or this bigger idea. We either get stopped out or we go, or the long hits. We're not playing games here, but that's just, you know, my trading style in a nutshell. This 4 hour looks amazing. I want to see what it can do. I want to see what it can do. Wacky banks and their allies. Allies. That's funny. Allies, right? Render. Nice music, bro. One Take Sammy has done it again. Western Bank recovers. Yeah. Okay. And I don't know what it is about today, everyone. I'm exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. Everyone's like, yeah, you're going through a lot of stress, man. Of course you're exhausted. You lost your dad on Monday night. Like, what do you think you're going to be? Feeling great? You know? Goes hand in hand, the physical with the mental when you're not fully prepared too. All right, just is what it is. We went over collect, we went over basic. They're both pretty basic. I don't see anyone really calling my name. ERSDL we saw in this falling wedge, and then 3 hours later, or 12 hours later, this thing would pump to the upside. Didn't really get a chance to hang out, though. He was doing some business and just happened to talk to one of my buddies. ERSDL. No, I'm just messing with you guys. I don't know who ERSDL is. But I like this coin. It pumped up nicely out of this flag to the upside. Take a look at our moving averages here. And look, it did the thing. Boom, right up to the 200 SMA. So weird how these things all do the same thing over and over again. You just got to find these pattern recognitions and just play them over and over. GAFI looks interesting to me. It just, you know, we drew it already. It's actually, it went up and came back down. How much did it go up? Looks like it went up about 10%, right? But this thing is still in motion. Again, rising wedges break down, but when they don't, they break up really nicely to the upside. So something to look at. It's high risk on a Saturday night, though, especially with a smaller gem. But this is GAFI. If you've ever played GAFI before, it could be going parabolic on the 4 hour time frame. It really may. Still wants to go on the 1 hour time frame, too. So I'll look at this later on and keep myself a nice reminder. Wish it had a lot more liquidity. Not even just a little, just a lot more liquidity. But we'll see. Only time will tell, right? Only time will tell. Futures game gets boring on Saturday night when they drop the volume. You need a lot of volume to have fun playing futures. And Pepe came down right where it was supposed to, and sitting at 25, just kind of flatlining right now. Not a lot of movement too. So the whole world's kind of asleep for whatever reason. Adam's interesting. Nothing's catching my eye at the present moment in time. You know, usually I'm like, oh, I like this, I like that, I'm looking for this. But I just continue to dollar cost average into projects that I really like while I swing trade bags. That has been my idea. Take $2,000, turn it into 10 grand. Then buy a couple grand of Bitcoin, you know, a couple grand of this coin, you know, wait for the right time, buy. And then maybe put 5 grand away in BTC, like, and then you're just doing it. You know, and then you can trade BTC pairs. You always have the option if you want to. And, oh man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I believe the only reason they made, it hit me just now, the only reason they made those so they could collect like fees on the back end off your Bitcoin or something crazy. Because why would they do that, you know? See, so it's funny about XRP. The short looks tasty to me right now. Well, just on the 4-hour time frame, but it looks like it could pump pretty nicely. Not supposed to, but for whatever reason, XRP looks like it could go up 43% on the short. Is my baby Caspa that I just saw out of nowhere. Remember, I kept waiting for this thing to get down to the 618. Now it's following Bitcoin pretty nicely. And it seems to have double bottomed here. You see this? It's just a shape I've played many times, and even though it's not perfect, it's played out for me, you know? Usually someone that's like once removed, they look at this chart, they're like, yeah, it's like, it doesn't look perfect. It's not like a Sam Price chart, but it's like almost there. And look, we have an inverted head and shoulder now too. And I just add to those Caspa bags, man, because I believe one day this thing is going to be a massively big project. It already is in my mind. It already is there. It's just people don't realize what it's doing. And there it is again, and I'm just going to keep nibbling every once in a while, like 262. Nothing crazy, just keep nibbling. I'll nibble at your house, I'll nibble at my house, I'll nibble anywhere I can get my hands on a Wi-Fi. Shout out to everybody here in the live. Thank you for being here. 435 people in the live. Biggest list, Baba. All in bullish divergence on the daily. 3-day team is making big moves. Yep. People are so bearish right now. That's good. That's good. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. See what's going on there. See if it's gotten higher, lower. And it's pretty good market sentiment, honestly. 64 is still pretty good. It's like in greed too, which is kind of usually that's when you start selling, when you're in some greed. So we'll go from there. We don't know for sure, but we are in some heavy greed right now. Super chats, XTC and Cardano. We already did Cardano pretty in-depthly, and so we don't need to do that. And Tezos, I'm just kind of not a fan. You know what I mean? Like, is it really? But, you know, remember the last time I did that, the coin pumped huge. I've only done it one other time where I'm like, I just really don't want to do that. So we'll do it here on KuCoin, and we'll see what's happening. But, like, I mean, get rid of these for a second. See price action for it. It's all in its entirety. I mean, it's at the lowest it's ever been and continued to dump, and it lost psychological support at a buck, right? Balance. Like, why are you doing that to your people's XTZ? Why? That's tough, man. He must be having a tough time. So whenever I see him, though, he laughs and chuckles. We'll see what happens. The 1 hour does want to push to the upside. It's one thing I'm seeing, and then we can get up to our next resistance point, which is about 1.82. All right, that's 100% gains out of XTZ, but it's not my flag. I'm telling you right now, it's just not. I think there's better out there, more exciting things to do. Instead, you know, I don't know what it is, but I like this inverted head and shoulder, though, for sure. And I like the oversold 4 hour, oversold 3-day, oversold 2-day. Dude, oversold daily. This thing can moon. Make my grandpa and my dad proud of this one. Check out the volume profile by DGB. Many different variations for every trader. Great for beginners. Super chats are not working. That's weird. Blocking the old super chat game. The old super chat trick, huh? All right. Well, I got $157 in chat revenue. I am super blessed. That's super nice and amazing for anyone that did that. Thank you so much, right? Look, not every single trade plays out, too. Like, the altcoins are getting smashed a little bit. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance has to give up a little bit in order for the altcoins to move. It has to give up a little bit. But look, it looks like it's getting tight on the wedge, and it could pump at any moment in time, too. So just watch any new things you're bringing in. You know, this thing could just rip the alts off the face of the earth. So just be careful. This continues to pump and gets above this level, which it looks like it may, based on what I'm seeing there. This could move. Haha, it's doing well today. Yeah. The old super chat trick. Tricky, right? Yeah. Check out the volume profiles by digit. Many different variations of every trader. Great for beginner. Why do I do that? Walk into these. I don't even know. Maybe you're trying to be nice. I have no clue. The old super chat trick. Yeah. I don't think most people read up on CAS. No, they don't. They don't know what's going on. Could be a very, very substantial. It's like the next Matic, in my humble opinion. It's got that Matic vibe. And I like Casper itself, too, which actually had a nice pump but came back down. When we look at it in its entirety, it's resetting nicely for like a possible parabolic move here. Like, we could see something just absolutely explode. And it's interesting. When I first got into this coin, I also talked to my buddy on the phone. He was saying how, like, I mean, this thing could moon. And I met the CTO, right, who's a woman, all right? And that's pretty interesting, too, as well. So, and, you know, the story wasn't over. I thought it was, but the story's not over. We go back again, and we're like, remember me? We got to redo that interview. Yeah. 777s, thank you so much for the love, man. Getting some gelati, word to the wifer. I got some gelato, too, man. It's funny you said that, gelati. Isn't it gelato? Or did you just hit an I? Oh, yeah, the I and the O are right next to each other. Any new coins you're looking at, Sam? Yeah, we already went over that in the beginning of the live stream. They'll be time-stamped in case you want to jump on in. All right. And everyone, that concludes the show. I don't know how I made it all the way to 10 o'clock this fast. One of the fastest shows I've ever run, from 8:10 to 10 o'clock. I don't know how I was here for an hour and 50 minutes. Like this. All right. Super looks like it has an inverted head and shoulders. This coin has pumped nice for several times. Yeah. Send in a TA or super chat. If any last super chats, I'm out of here for the night, everyone. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did, but you never know. A little foggy today for whatever reason. Not sure why, but a little foggy. Caught myself a few times fogged up. You know, that's an M pattern on injective, likely to come back down to the 618 at one point. That would be 40-60 after a massive move. It would make sense considering, but everything's in this symmetrical watching Bitcoin. Bitcoin breaks out, there's a chance it breaks out. If it doesn't, they're just like, so everyone's rooting for Jimmy to hit those pearly gates, man. You know what I mean? Sorry I missed the beginning of the live show, Sammy. I'll run it back. Much love to you. No worries, man. God bless you. Yeah, we looked at SNEK, SNEK, which, we looked at Bob, which was interesting. I think there was another one. I like Chain GPT too. And I do own some of this coin, about $1,000. I will disclose. I got a little sell off there. Ooh, oh yeah. I was like, when we last went over it. But this dip made me excited. So I was like, you know what? I didn't buy enough at the right time. Now I can. And it had a previous resistance right here. And if we pull the Fibonacci on this thing, you're looking at you're kind of in the golden pocket right now for another move to the upside. So that's interesting to me. This thing could make a legend happy. At one point, I believe this is going to moon like we wouldn't believe. And as hidden bullish right now, it has everything going for it that we look for in a great trade. Stack cooking it up again, man. Get that Italian ice. Jeremiah's Italian ice. Oh my God. S'mores, flavory, shortcake. Oh, wow. I've never seen it like that before. That's the spot for you. That's the spot for sure. Paul from the Crypto Factor has been big on Chain GPT-2. Hey, he's pretty smart too. You'll see what happens. Can you look at VELO? Thanks for all you do. Yeah, VELO's a nice coin. Been hot. Had some trouble with like whether it was a security or not. I remember that. But yeah, it just look, previous resistance becomes new support. It's down near the 706 area. Again, it's kind of like, how could it not go up? Like, it's a popular coin. It's about to blast, but it's a little oversold in the daily time frame. We take a look at our 3-day. 3 days ready to rock though, and I like that. Like, I respect that 3-day. I respect that 2-day. And so if you're willing to trade a bigger time frame, like the 3-day or the 2-day, to me, it's going to take some patience, but this thing can make some loud gains, right? Even if it took me 2 months to make 190%, that's 80% a month. Divide that by 3, it's about like 2.5%, maybe a little less, something like that, every single day of your life for the next, 120 days, or no, 60 days. So I just, because it might take 2 months, but I like what I'm seeing here. I really do. I like what I'm seeing here for VELO. And we've been watching VELO, as you can see, for a long time. Just kind of waiting for my time to pounce. I have never announced that I have gotten any VELO, but it's getting close. It's getting close. Just one more family get together, and I'm all about VELO. All right. If not, get it while you're live now, baby. Do you guys hear about? I don't even want to hear. I don't know. That's weird. I'm not even gonna repeat that. Sounds a little strange. I got some Hive too. Why did I buy some Hive? And this thing ripped. I bought Hive because I believe it could do numbers. I also bought Hydra because I saw Charles was talking about it, even though it's not ready yet. He's like, man, once that thing gets ready, it's going to moon. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But I am a speculative investor, and I can look at a bunch of different things. And you know what? Usually a few of them stick to the wall, and they pay you for all the things that did not. So just remember that. Let's look at our baby AGIX real quick before I jump out of here. See what's happening on AGIX. Wow, back to 27.77. They pounded this coin to the ground. So crazy. I mean, it did pump up hard, right? It went all the way to that high of 69. It was coming back at one point. But AGIX, man, I loaded up a little bit too hard. But it is a 2-year hold, so I'm not really stressing. But this would be a good time to kind of buy in a little more to balance myself off. Previous support becomes new resistance. Pull a Fibonacci. And I mean, yeah, you're kind of in that pocket right now for AGIX. As after that massive pump up on the 2-day chart, finally coming back down to earth for AGIX. But you know what? I believe it's going to be a massive project. And anything between 20 and 50 cents is amazing. I'd say now bring it back down. Don't pay more than 40 cents for it. This thing could rip like we wouldn't believe. All right. All right. Your Celtics better get ready for my Miami Heat. You really think your scrub Heat can win? Come on, man. I'm not even going to have that conversation with you, bro. It's really not. Like, there's only a few teams that could beat us when we put our minds to it, and it's definitely not the Heat. He'd have nothing on the Celtics. You know it, and I know it. Don't even try to come out here and like talk ish. Like, you got to be honest. You don't have the bench we have. You don't have the players we have. You rely on like too many small. You rely on too many. You're too centralized. The Celtics are far more decentralized. Wife just lost her grandson in ether. She found her too. Wow. Got to keep pressing. The kids miss her terribly. Wow, that's tough. Yeah, no one likes the coach. Everyone thinks we could do better than the coach. I said the same thing. I'm with you on that, you know. Volume profiles, DGRT, whenever. Oh, man. I thought I was out of here. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to bounce on. I don't know what DGRT is, man. God bless you, though. Thank you. And we're holding 28,930 for Bitcoin. I already gave my prediction, put my box in. You saw where we're likely to go into do damage. And then I like what I'm seeing for this, man. This thing is back to its previous resistance. It could only be a matter of time if it gets busy. It went to a high of like 29.30, right? So Audovon, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. How do we have people just leave immediately? Like, did they go to bed or they can't take it anymore? 378 on a Saturday night? We used to bump on a Saturday night. Indicator. Yeah, I just don't put up indicators, man, that people tell me to put up. Just not what I'm doing. It's not my status. You know, you can ask me, I'll use my indicators, but don't force me to put up indicators, all right? I'm not your, like, plaything that does whatever you want me to do. It doesn't work like that, all right? Yeah, you heard it here first. I'm honest, all right? I'm not going to just, like, sugarcoat it any other way. Like, you know, it's just not going to happen, all right? I've been stubborn since I was a boy, and I'm going to continue to be stubborn. I'd watch CELR. It has to hold its own. There is a cup and handle here. You know, bigger trend line at play is that one there, too, okay? Can you dance? Dance for me, boy. I'm going to bring this right back up once it's all said and done. Much love. What does that mean? I'm going to bring this right back up. No, never. You're good. Thank you, man. I'm still here. Shout out to Edgar Castine. I think Doge trying to break out. Let's go. Can you twirl around? Effing book, man. If I could only tell you the truth, man. I hope I could one day. I hope I can one day. And so you know. So you don't dance with the devil, man. But I'm afraid that you're dancing with the devil, man. Yep. But there's nothing I can say or do. So just remember, bro. You know where to be. Don't play yourself. God bless you all for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. I'll see you on the next live stream, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you all tomorrow morning, bright and early. Be safe. I love you all. Thank you.